Welcome. Now, so this is a webinar that is actually organized by the Singapore Computer Society, and actually it's organized by this particular competition called Splash Awards. I think quite a number of the attendees are actually also students as well. So I will spend the next 8 minutes or so just to run through a quick introduction about this competition called the Splash Awards, and also some of the upcoming webinars that we have actually arranged for all the attendees and more. Yep, everything is complimentary, yeah, in case there's one question. So allow me to share my screen now. Just want to run through this quick introduction before I introduce our expert for this webinar later on, Eric. Yeah, Camilla, can I just check if my screen is showing good and I'm not talking to myself?
Yes, it's okay, good.
Okay, thanks. So actually this webinar and many others, right, are actually organized by the Splash Awards. Basically, it's a competition. It's a tech competition for students by students. So it's been running around for 18 years. Yeah, so we are running the 18th year this year. And so every year we actually encourage students to come on board to propose ideas on how propose possible solutions, and we actually always have a theme. So for this year, the theme is how will digital intelligence and cloud transform Singapore in a post-pandemic world. So actually that's probably you can see how the direction goes. So this whole competition, we are closing the registration on 16 July, and allow me just to give you a flavor. So for this theme, right, basically students who are interested, you will have the opportunity to participate, and it's all complimentary, right? The whole competition is free actually. And once you participate and you propose ideas and all that, we have a whole series of coaching sessions and more advanced workshops organized for all the participants, so that you can continue to learn and even upgrade your skills and become even better as you participate in this competition. So every year when we are talking about this particular theme, right, we will actually propose that whatever ideas that you come up with for any application, it can revolve around some of these sub-themes. So it can be anything from cybersecurity to finance to healthcare, retail, and so on. So it's for you to propose potential ideas or solutions for the theme that we mentioned earlier. So for this competition, we've been running for the last 17 years. Usually there's two categories. So the first category is for students from secondary school, CIs and JCs to join. The other category is the tertiary category. So that's where students from ITEs, polys and university can join. We encourage every team to be anything from 1 to up to 3 students. Ideally from the same school, perhaps easier to coordinate, but feel free to get your friends from other schools to join. And it will be good if you have a mentor from your school as well as a point of contact and so on. So generally for this competition, the registration is actually already open. So we are encouraging students to participate. So at the first stage, right, what we really need is just an idea. So you just have to propose your idea. Hey, I have this possible solutions that I think will be good, to actually address that particular theme. So we will be selecting 40 teams shortlisted, right, from stage A, and a lot of other complimentary workshops and coaching sessions, right, will be actually given to these 40 teams to really, allow you to bring your ideation to prototype and eventually to fusion and so on. And then there will be judges presentation and so on. And then eventually we'll select 12 teams to go to the finals. Yeah, so it's a pretty useful and insightful sessions for the students in this room who are keen to participate. So even before we close the whole registration, we have already arranged quite a number of other webinars as well for professionals and students. So we have one coming up on next week, ideation to prototyping. We have cybersecurity essentials, and then the reimagine the future of health tech, and also ideation workshops as well. And all these workshops are actually complimentary. Some of them, because of certain hands-on, we will be limiting to certain number of participants. So if any of you are interested, you can feel free to register for all these sessions, especially students actually. Yeah, so that you get yourself ready for the competition. Yeah, this one may not matter or may matter, but if it helps the the winning team, every team member will get an Apple MacBook Air M1 chip. Yeah, you have your own one. Yeah, if you win the competition. So all this is in place. And in previous years where it's more physical, right? The pre-COVID days actually is we have done all this in various physical forms. Yeah, these are just some visuals and photos that taken during the finals and so on. Last year was a hybrid one. I think the participants and the finalists, we were all taking on like avatar, going into a virtual space to present and so on. It's pretty fun. So, all of you, you have actually will be invited to join this event, either as a participant or even to look at all the prototypes in due time. So that's what I have here. Now, there's actually this email and this link for those of you who are keen to find out more about the competition. I'm going to just put it up onto the chat list, on the live chat, right? So this is the email. If in case we have some lecturers or in the room today who are keen to find out more about the competition, but the link to the competition itself, I will just publish it on the live chat, and then you can find out more about it lah. Yeah, okay. So that's my side story lah. So today I think all of us are here really because we have an expert in the house, right, in the cloud technology. So so Eric is from Huawei Cloud, and the next 1 hour is his lah. Yeah. So let's really enjoy and learn from this gentleman here. Eric, thanks for coming on board this one. I'll hand over to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I will share my tab first now. Can see my screen?
Yes, all good, Eric.
Okay, all good, right? Okay. So hello everyone. On behalf of Huawei, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. Thank you for making an effort to come today. My name is Eric, and I'm delighted to be here to talk to you about what is Huawei Cloud and how to use the Huawei Cloud to build up the powerful applications. So for this presentation, they have 3 main aspects to this topic. First, I will talk about the Huawei internal structure and Huawei Cloud service. Secondly, there is a hands-on demo to show how to build up a website with a database and the Huawei Cloud service, and how to use the Huawei Cloud AI service to train your Cloud AI. Finally, you will see how to protect your digital asset in the cloud with Huawei Cloud Security Service. Okay, so let me start the first section. So I think maybe here many students and the audience not so familiar with Huawei lah. So I will do a brief, quick introduction of Huawei first. So for Huawei, actually we have three BU. Actually now the cloud BU already group already be downgraded to BU lah, but it's not a big issue here. So we have consumer business and carrier business and enterprise business. In 2001, we launched a full stack all scenario AI portfolio. In 2019, we also launched a computing strategy which support the AI. We further enhance our capability in product, solution, and service, and continue to building a fully connected intelligent world. So in the area of ICT convergence, the model of the front shop and the back factory can ensure our competitor advantage. So, okay, let me quick pass this kind of things. Okay. So our strategy for ICT infrastructure still focused on connectivity and the computing. The key object of connectivity is to provide the world's most powerful, simplified. With our ICT infrastructure of connectivity, computing, and AI, we aim to build an open ecosystem and a digital platform to empower numerous industries. So now Huawei Cloud actually now we already have 25 regions and 45 assets in the whole world. So as we can see from the timeline, we started Hong Kong in 2001, then we opened many assets in the whole world. So for example, in the Latin American, in the South Pacific, China, Europe, so we all have the asset. So you can deploy your application. For example, you can deploy your website in Singapore, or you also can deploy your website in Europe. That depends on the business model. So Huawei Singapore is one of our most important region. Actually, our region team also here. So the region, that means we are the team to help the whole Asia Pacific, for example, Thailand, Indonesia, like this kind of things. So Singapore is a very important region for Huawei. So we have 4 assets in Singapore. You see AZ1, 2, 3, 4. And we have also have one AI lab in we have built up one AI lab in Singapore. So the strategy for us is 1 + 3 + N. 1 is means one AI lab in Singapore. 3 is means the 3 program. So for example, today I think it belongs to talent program. Like we try to have Singapore to build up the AI solution and have some company to use the Huawei AI service to build up our solution. So actually for the Singapore, we require 100 AI architecture and 1,000 AI developer. Now actually we are very required AI developer, no matter in Singapore or in the whole world. So if every person is interested in today's presentation, then you are interested about learning the Huawei Cloud technology. So you can go to our Huawei Learning Center. We have many certs like SCIA, SCIP, and SCIE. And we also have 100 free online training courses to help you to understand and how to use the cloud. So for example, you can go to click here, then you go to learn, then all the course is free. Then you also can have some voucher to pass the SCIE. For example, if some person are learning the router like the CCIE, that means actually if you have this, I can very honestly like if you have something like CCIE, SCIE, that is a very advanced point for you to find a job after you graduate. Okay, so for the Huawei Cloud, we have the so we try to build up 100 millisecond circle to support network latency. That what's that meaning? That for example, now you have a website in Singapore, right? So the Hong Kong user want to browse your website. That actually depends on the latency. If the latency too high, then your user maybe cannot open your web page, or maybe your app will hang there. So for the Huawei, we built out a 100 millisecond circle to support network latency. So that's all the data here. So for example, you can from the India to SG, that's the data 70 to 80 millisecond latency. Okay, so what cloud service we provide in Huawei? Huawei provide 200 cloud service. So we have the computer service. We also have the storage. All these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Later we have one hands-on website built up. So all these kind of service we will use. For example, computer. If you want to build up a website or app, you need a server, right? So you need to buy an ECS here. First step. Second step, you need to store your application. So you need an EBS, or maybe you want to share folder, you can use the SFS, or you want to do some object upload. For example, your website has some picture, your mobile app have some document you need to upload, so you can store in OBS. So for the network side, that if after you build up your application, the user how to browse your website or maybe browse your application need according to the IP line and the URL. So you can based on the IP elastic load balance to let the user to build up your application. And maybe you want to, if you are a application which require to save the transaction or data, you require database. So for database, we also provide relation database like MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. We also provide some NoSQL like MongoDB. Then the final step, after you build up your application now is maybe worth 1 million. So you need to protect your digital asset, right? So you need to use the security to protect your digital asset. Okay, so for this page is about all the ECS that is server type in Huawei. So when you choose the ECS, that depends on your business model. If you are for testing purpose, that you can choose the TCS, or you also for storage you can choose this kind of, that depends on your business model. So you can choose different ECS. So for the storage, just now we discussed that we have provide 3 main storage EBS that lies a hard disk in your home. So we can attach your EBS to your ECS. We also have the SFS folder. That is a shared folder. So that means you can create this folder that attach 10 server. That is not a big problem, right? But in the physical server, that is very difficult for you to use one hard disk to attach to 10 server, right? You also can use the OBS. And then this for the right diagram, that is all the competition compare with our competitor. So for database side, Huawei Cloud provide all scenario database. Not like just now what I say, we have relation database, no relation database, or maybe database tools. So sometimes maybe you need the migration from one cloud to another cloud, or you want to migration from on-prem to cloud, you can use the database tool. The Huawei developed GhostDB. So as we can see, we have the GhostDB. So later, if some person try to use the Huawei Cloud and do some testing, I would suggest you try to use the GhostDB because there is a way enhance the GhostDB. So some open source database are cost effective. And we have the GhostDB, the high reliability and high availability and high security. Okay, so for this part is our second part. I will show you how to build up a website. There's a hands-on demo. So for this diagram, you can see there's enterprise level website stand for XA architecture. So this one is a normal. Imagine now you are in the company, then your boss asks you to build up a website. So how to do? If you have 10K user, so first thing you need to buy a ECS, right? Like just now we discussed, you install the front end code here. You buy a other ECS to install your backend code. You also need to, if you have 10K user or maybe 1 million user, if all the user request direct call your database, then your database will hang. So you need a middleware like Redis. Oh, then the last step, you also need a database like MySQL or SQL Server. Then after that, you also need to do the snapshot because sometimes some hacker or some virus will attack your server. So you need to do a snapshot. You can put your snapshot, you can save your snapshot in the OBS. Or you also, your website requires some upload some file, some image. Your image also can upload to OBS. So all the service will require have EIP, DMS, ELB, VPC, ECS, this kind of service. Okay, so this one is for network service. So imagine you now the ES diagram that is for the service. Then this one is all for the network part. You are the user from the internet. Then you can, according to our gateway, to our ELB, to share your load balance. ELB is for share your load balance. Maybe 50% traffic go to this server, 15% traffic go to this server. So you can use the network ACL to protect your VPC. You also can use the security group to protect your ECS. So for our demo, I'm not so typical one that 2A. I only saw a very easy website build up, that only WordPress build up. So that is how to build up. You buy ECS, VPC, RDS, EIP. Okay, let's do a quick one. So that's step by step. First thing you need to register Huawei Cloud website. Then you create a VPC, create a security group, create ECS, create the RDS. Okay, let we see how to build our website. So first thing we log in the Huawei website. Then you click the dashboard. First thing we need to buy ECS. So from here you can choose the paying model. For I think for the testing purpose, you can choose for the pay per use. Then like just I have mentioned before, we have different ECS, right? As here you can see, we have many ECS. Depend on the business model, you can choose. So for this purpose, now we choose the C6, and you also can attach different image to your server. So now here we choose the CentOS. Okay, we choose our VPC network. And from here, you can see, just now I say the security, you need to control the security. Actually, this demo you see, now the 80 port is open for every person because every person need to browse the WordPress website. So that is fine, but as we can see, the 22, if the 2 port, or maybe for the Linux, the login port is 22 port. For the Windows, the login port is 3389. So actually, we need to control the port. You cannot let every person log in your server. Then the hacker will easily hack your server. Okay, now we already buy the ECS. So the next step, we will log in this server to do some deployment. So you can choose for the Mac, you can use the terminal, and for the Windows, you can use some command window to log in your server. So now the database I already buy already, because the creation for database need more than 10 minutes, so we not waste the time. I create the database already. So we use a WordPress, so we name it as a WordPress. So database already done. Yeah. So the next step, we will connect the website to the database. So for the IP, that is let you log in the server, right? So you can use SS to log in your server. And if for Windows, you can use the remote desktop to log in your server. Sorry, I have missed actually the video, so maybe we need to replay again. Right, we can see we log in the server again. Yeah. So normally all the service when you buy in the cloud, actually when you create only require 1 to 3 minutes. For database normally require 8 to 10 minutes. That is very fast compared to you install your, imagine you install your MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle in your local. That the time is only 1 to 3 minutes. You can quickly to build up your website, application, mobile app, AI solution. To less down your workload. So if you want to easy to use, also you can choose the Windows image. There is you have the UI, then easy for you to install. Oh, okay, now we install the PHP middleware. We install the PHP middleware. That is because the WordPress that is use PHP language. So that is no matter inside in the server do anything, no matter, because based on your different project, you will use a different language, right? Sometimes you use Golang, sometimes you use PHP, sometimes you use Python. That depends on your project. But for the cloud, that is you buy the ECS, you buy the RDS, then you link the ECS to the RDS. Then you also buy the IP, then the user can browse your website. Okay, now we start the Apache. That is a web server. Okay, we start our PHP middleware. Okay, so based on the IP, we can browse the server and the website, right? Okay, so you see the Apache already on in the web page. Okay, that we install the WordPress and to link to the database just we create. So yeah, so we install the WordPress. So now, yeah, we need to link the our database. So we copy the internal IP to here. Yeah, and now the website or now our server already linked to this database. Okay, I see our WordPress already installed, I think in 10 minutes. So we set up the whole website and the website can link to the database. 1 more minute. Okay, see, our website already installed, our WordPress. So, and the database, you also auto create the table in the database, right? Okay, we can do some small change for this website. We customize it, we change the bottom border for this web page. Yeah, okay, then we publish the website. So our website already done. Okay, yeah, I think the whole demo is show you how to build our website in 10 minutes. Actually, no matter mobile app, everything is the same way. The only difference is what you do inside the server, but how to use the cloud actually is similar. A very easy demo. Okay, so we go to next part. The next part is about the AI. So here we also will show you how to play the AI. So AI actually every person thinking is very difficult, right? So you need to learn the mathematical. You also need to install so many software. So actually Huawei built up everything together in our platform. So you can play our OCR service. You also can play our face recognition service. So every service already integrate in the Huawei Cloud. So what you require to do is go to our website, direct link to our API. That is very also several click, then you can have your AI solution. So for the Huawei, we have full stack AI enablement. So that is the, for example, you can see the insurance internet friendly vehicle education. So you can choose your own domain. For example, for education, we already have some domain solution. So you can directly use. Will also let down your workload. You don't need to develop yourself. And all the service here, you can see OCR, image search, and the NLP, all is a service, all is API direct call. Or separate click, everything can be done. So the first step, we will leverage what solution you require, what domain you are inside, family, education, or other things. So for us, maybe we will choose education. Then what service you require, what API you want to play, and how to training your code. So we have 59 service and 159 function in the Huawei Cloud. Okay, here also a small demo. So actually, you can choose the ModelArts to kickstart AI, and even you don't know how to develop, even you are not an engineer, also can play. So we can see, the ModelArts the training job will in the video will finish in 10-20 minutes. And for your site is only several clicks. That's it. You upload your picture, do the labeling, then one AI solution already done. So the image is used as the first choice of the AI project. So because image can describe most of the required business scenario and outcome, so you can upload your image, and the system will auto understand, or you can link to the face recognition OCR to understand what's the picture. What's the picture really? You can pick up the number in the picture, then save in some place. So we provide the rich API for you to play. You don't need to go to one. If you want to do some face recognition solution, you don't need to go to some company to download his API, install to your application or mobile application. You only need to come to our website, link to our API, then you can direct call. You also can play the conversation board. You also can play the OCR, face recognition. So many things you can play. And even you are not a developer, I highlight several times, even you are not so good at IT, you are not a developer, you also can play. So as we can see here, this ModelArts can use by who? Data scientists, definitely, they are very skillful person. And some engineer, I think we also can. But even AI beginner, like the student, we also can play. You also need to prepare data processing, follow the flow. Then your mobile app can use this kind of solution there. Take your mobile app on website, go to next lab. I think we're more easier for you to get some funding, approval, definitely, because your application has AI solution. But for you, you don't need to take so many effort. You don't need to take 1 year, 2 years to learn the NLP, everything, right? But actually, if you are good at this kind, there's a more advantage because you can play the code yourself. But now I discuss is about the AI beginners. So you can try then to understand the whole AI solution to implement to your AI application. Okay, so I think the 2 demo we already finished. Do we have any question? Hello? Hello.
Yes, Eric. I think we can continue. Camilla, will we have a Q&A now, or we'll keep it to later?
We'll
Okay.
keep it later. Yeah, but I don't really see any questions yet lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have it later after the session.
Okay, Eric,
Okay.
then let's continue then.
Okay, then let me continue.
Yeah, the slides will be shared to Camilla, so then the students will can able to refer to slides on
Yes,
their
that's right.
work.
Yes. Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, can you see the screen right now? It's okay?
Yes.
Okay, let me continue. So, okay, now we have the website already, right? We have the website already. We already have AI solution. Now we have a very powerful application. Maybe tomorrow I go to the market, then some person told me there is worth 1 million. But you need to protect your digital asset, right? So the next part I will introduce is about the security. So imagine now you already have the application, then your application similar like the TikTok. Wow, very powerful. Then the data, the hacker definitely will hack your server, store your data. So Huawei provide many services for protect your application. We have the firewall, WAF, web application firewall, and also anti-DDoS. So just now we built up the website right by the ECS, ELV, RDS. That is what we do just now. But you see, don't have any security. Yeah, Huawei Cloud have provided network security here. But as we know, if you not use the cloud setup, then the hacker is very easy from the internet, according to your 22 port or 3389 port to log in your server. So what we do? Okay, we protect your data. We protect your database, we protect your server by our Huawei security service. So we have security awareness. So we also have WAF and some host security service to protect your server, to protect your database. Even now, every person is play container, right? I don't know whether any person know container like Kubernetes. So we also can protect your containers. And if in the company we have operation and management team, the guy will according to VPN to our server, right? That is our internal person, but maybe they also can be hack our server, right? Possible. So we use the cloud based server host to protect our service. So if you install all these kind of services, I think your digital asset is being protected by Huawei side. So that's all the security service. So you can, if you require, you can click this link to check our Huawei all the security services. That we also follow the Singapore rule, FMS, everything. So now in the cloud 1.0, I think all the demo already finished and the tech part already finished. Now we summarize it. I think only 2 to 3 slides and more. So in the cloud 1.0, the user is built up the application in the cloud, but now actually cloud 2.0. So if continue to learning, I think maybe later you can continue choose is about like some container, cloud native. So now it's from on cloud to in cloud already. So there is not discuss whether I want to use the cloud. That now today, the topic should be discuss how to use the cloud, what to use. Any kind of service the cloud vendor can provide. That is not needed to discuss. Now I still want to on-plan. I think after you graduate, the on-plan very less to be used. So Huawei Cloud also, we are not only provide we not only provide some service, we also provide the whole ecosystem. So for example, you want to ERP, you can consider like SAP, Yongyo. They all already implement in our Huawei Cloud platform. Then for you, it's very easy. Like you have an iOS user, right? Your Apple user, you only download, click, and the application will download to your handphone, right? Similar. The SaaS model is similar way. What you do, you go to our cloud, and you click, and do some setting, something or the solution already installed to your server, everything. So for the Huawei Cloud, we provide pass, and also we have a SaaS level. So for the IS, that is what just now we discussed, like the computing, like our ECS, our OBS, SFS, all kind of the cloud services and the security. For the pass, just now we have one solution for the pass is RDS, the database. Okay, I think I conclude. I have done my presentation. So I have 2 questions. I want to know whether any person know this answer. Which port needed to be allowed to remote connect to the Windows ECS? Any person know the answer?
Oh, okay. We see a reply in the chat.
Okay, maybe have to check. Maybe
Yes. They are picking 83389.
Yeah, correct. Wow. Do we have any gift? Do we have any gift?
Maybe we have a personal discussion with this.
Okay.
Special lunch with them once the code is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The answer is 3389, correct. So in the just now we play the Linux server actually 22, but for Windows it's 3389. That's correct. Okay, for the second one, so if now I want to attach the disk, so do we require to formalize it or initialize? Anyone know the question? Do we need to initialize the? Now we have one EVS. We want to attach to the server. Do we require to do some formalization?
Okay, there's someone say true. Manoj, Daniel is on false.
Okay, our student very.
We have a mixed answer here.
Yeah, true. Yeah, actually, yeah, good.
Yeah, probably could explain a little bit here because some of them pick false.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Okay.
Eric, give a little bit of explanation.
For my side already done. Yeah. So thank you for the. I will share the data later. So if any question, you can send me email, or maybe we can ask offline, or maybe now have any question, we can now a Q&A. Do you have any question? Because just now I cannot see the chat group.
Yeah, I think now you are able to check the chat group, right?
Okay, I see any question here.
There's a question saying this allows hosts in DMZ to communicate internal and external networks. It's a question.
Okay, let me.
From Chong Bun Chai.
So answer, I just registered but can't receive the email on it. That's not my question, right? I cannot see. Why?
Anyway, I will copy the question up. Then we can take this offline.
Okay, we can take this offline, lah. Yeah. Any other question? This allow host in. Okay, I can see. This allow any host in the communication internal and external. Host in the yeah, that is okay. You can host and internal. There is no problem. Yeah, you can. So any other question? We welcome. Okay, so.
From Kevin Lee, after register new account, how many days free of charge?
Actually, this one for us is you need a apply coupon. Coupon maybe you can discuss. You can ask discuss with. Can send email to Huawei, then we will give you some coupon.